Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope you all had a nice weekend. I sure did. Got together with family, went to the zoo, did a scenic train ride in North Conway in the White Mountains of New Hampshire. So it was really nice, but I did not do any of my power threes or come on live, and it does make a difference. Yeah, it's really important to connect to your self in a alone time where you do connect to your spirit, because ultimately, guys, we are spirit, and it is so important to take that time to yourself in whatever way, shape, or form that is. Because when your spirit is in alignment, you are in alignment, because everything starts from the spiritual realm. You're in the invisible world, and that is what becomes manifest. So when you feel connected to your higher self, to your soul, then you feel connected to your physical body, and then you operate more in alignment, more efficiency, more vibrantly, more energy. But there's always those times too, of course, where we do take breaks, where we do go out of our routine. But yeah, I just wanted to mention, what an impact it does have on me. And when I share these with you guys, it's just to maybe have any of you guys get something from it. If you do, great. If you don't, you don't. But I just share that anchoring of my spirit and my spiritual practice with you. And maybe it inspires you to start your own spiritual practice, or just kind of guides you to continue on your spiritual practice. All right, guys. So like always, we're going to start with a cross breath. Like I was saying, we are all essentially at the truth of who we are, spiritual beings of light. Everything is made up of energy. It's just different vibrating frequencies of energy. And when you're connected to your spiritual self, when you tune into the spirit, your higher self, God, universe, whatever you want to label it, Mother, Father, God, you are vibrating at a higher frequency. And then when you're vibrating at a higher frequency, this allows you to receive and give high frequency information. So that's why I like to start with the cross breath, guys. It helps to tune us in, to connect us. And what you bring focused awareness to, it grows, it enhances, it illuminates. No matter what it is, if it's a specific skill, trade, partnership, relationship, exercise, whatever it is, what you bring focus to does grow, because your focus is like food. It's the fuel. It's the fuel for what your focus is. So focus on that which makes you feel good, that brings your frequency and vibration up, because then you can receive and give higher information and manifest a world that is a direct reflection of your frequency, of your vibration. And the sun is shining, so we're going to look. It's coming through on a cloud. But when we breathe in, we're just going to imagine this is our being. This is our head. These are our arms. These are our feet planted into Mother Earth, anchoring our divine frequency imprint. And that just means we're bringing focus. We're becoming grounded in the physical human experience, because that's why we came. A lot of us like to remain in this realm, kind of elevated. Because you know what? It isn't always easy being in the physical being. It isn't always easy being human, but that is the experience we came to have. So when we breathe it in and anchor it in, we allow it. We allow it. And we can imagine as we breathe in, all this energy is culminating. And then when we hold it, it's expanding and it's extending. And our entire being is vibrating with a higher frequency of light. And the sun is just beckoning. So we will use it. Let's see where it is here, guys. The sun is the perfect reflection of the light that you are. Just like Mother Earth is the perfect embodiment of your physical body. The peace and harmony that it was meant to operate in. And the world reflects the abundance that you're meant to receive and give. All right, guys, we'll take a nice deep breath in through our nose. And as we do that, we just bring focus to the heart area, imagining all this light building, culminating, expanding, illuminating, and extending. Every little cell molecule is a vibrating light particle within us. And as we hold it, it's loosening up our energy. It's moving energy. And as we exhale, we release all that we don't need to be transferred, transcended, transmuted into pure love and light. Because energy never dies, guys. It only transforms into other forms of energy. But most of all, when we exhale, we are anchoring in our divine frequency imprint into Mother Earth to ground that experience that we came to illuminate on Earth. If we're light beings, guys, and we are angels of light, that's exactly why we came into the physical form, to illuminate the experience we've come to have. Like I said, it's not always easy being human. We go through so much, mind, body, and spirit, but we chose that. And those challenging experiences are those very experiences that we have come to illuminate with the light that we are. And how do we illuminate them when we have no effing idea sometimes what to do? We illuminate them by just focusing on our frequency, on our divine frequency. And as that becomes illuminated, guys, the answers and the guidance come. The world is at your service, meaning that you are the world and the world is you. And as you vibrate at those higher frequencies, by connecting to the light, the higher self, the God self that you are, pure God source energy, you allow higher frequency answers to come. Guidance, manifestations, miracles. It all comes to you. That's why it's so important to connect to the God source energy that you are and create a spiritual practice, whatever that is, that helps you to connect and bring awareness to the light that you are. Because as you do that, you are anchoring your light, you are illuminating your light, and that helps you through those challenges, those hardships. Like right now, we're getting ready to go back to Florida in a couple weeks, and all the anxiety is already building upon everyone. My older daughter, she stays here in Maine, and she's on the spectrum, and she has Asperger's, and she has anxiety, and it's really, really hard leaving her and trusting that process and going back to Florida. And then as a mom, it produces a bunch of emotion within me. And sometimes I don't know what to do. Should I have stayed? Should I continue? Should I go? And all I can do, guys, is connect to this light. And in this light, you know, those awarenesses, those aha moments come to me. They will come like almost out of nowhere, because when you relax and you take your mind away from the problem, but you focus on the light that you are, that creates space for the answers to come or the physical world to manifest an answer for you. It's so important. It's not easy, but it's a blessing, and we're here because we are superheroes. We are warriors of love and light, guys. Don't ever forget that. This is like the ultimate master program. All right, so I will choose a paragraph, guys, just to bring out. I always ask for our higher collective selves to bring forth a paragraph that is resonant, that has helps us through something we're going through in our own individual life. Oh, great. This sounds like it might be right up my alley for today. Okay, so the paragraph for today, guys, says, now, ridding ourselves of guilt and false expectations will allow us to follow a true obedience and discipline. True obedience comes from within. It's listening to our heart, guys. It's where our anointing flows. It fits who we are and it feels right. It is comfortable. It is a continuation of following your bliss, which unveils your own special gifts. Obedience in this manner isn't a struggle. It is not hard. It is working with the flow that expresses the life within you. Discipline is not controlling. It is acting in alignment to what is placed in your heart. It is freeing and it brings joy. It is thinking the proper thoughts and speaking the proper words and taking the proper actions that release creative energy to the universe to aid us in fulfilling all our heart's desires. And how I said this sounds like it's up my alley is, it's like sometimes it feels like there's a conflict between following your heart, guys, and then expectations of others, and it can cause conflict. It can feel like guilt. It can feel heavy. But if you stay focused on following your heart, following your bliss, which, you know, bliss can be one thing to another, one thought to another, one action to another. True obedience is listening to that voice within you. True obedience is becoming in alignment to the truth of who you are, to the energy that feels good to you, that feels comforting to you. And it is really easy to get caught up in the head when others are projecting all their expectations on you, and even your own expectations, like me thinking, I have to be responsible for my adult children, or it's all up to me. I got to carry the load, but I really don't, because that is just showing a lack of trust in the God force energy also working in their lives, or working in other people who are involved in my decisions' lives. So obedience is just really still continuing on your path and keeping your focus on the light, on the love of the heart of what's calling you. And it can be difficult as a human, because you are taking in all these other energies from others. But again, those energies too from others are just reflecting our own doubt, reflecting our own guilt, reflecting our own second thoughts. So it's all a blessing, all and all. Because if you look at the deeper level of other people projecting stuff on you, they're only projecting stuff within yourself that you might be pushing down or hiding from yourself. Like you might feel a sense of responsibility. You might really be feeling guilt, but you kind of push it down, but then someone brings it out of you. And it's just to be brought into the light, and to be acknowledged. And family and relationships will expose that more than anything. And sometimes you just got to go with it. You don't have to make up your mind. You don't have to have the answers. No, sometimes when things are presented to you, you just got to go with it. Just be like a screen, you know, a screen that goes in the window, and let the energy flow through you, in and out. And sometimes it's not up to you to fix it. It's not up to you to have the answers for the other people. The obedience is in following your heart, staying true to yourself, staying in alignment to your light and your heart. So my guess is someone probably is going through that out there. Hey, Suzanne Winston from Dublin. How you doing? Any more word on your new ventures out into the countryside? All right. And because we are all reflections of each other and aspects of one another, we do reflect those energies. And we're reflecting them for a reason, just to bring to our conscious awareness. Sometimes it's just to bring into the light so we can dissolve it, so we can acknowledge it, accept it, process it, but not to fight it. Fighting it makes it harder, it makes it worse. All right, guys. So I'll get a card from Mother Earth, Gaia's guidance, I call these. They're all Mother Earth heart cards found outside in nature with inspired messages that I received while running and out in nature. I just ask for our collective selves to come together and present the message, Mother Earth to present the message that helps us to help us to remain disciplined or obedient to our heart, because it is our heart and being obedient to our heart that creates the greatest fulfillment, guys. Suzanne says our house is going on. Oh my God, that happened so quick. Unbelievable. I got goosebumps. Our house is going on sale tomorrow, and we are meeting the bank Wednesday. Fingers crossed. Oh, mwah. I am so happy for you, Suzanne. I'm only joining. I will listen back. Oh, thank you, Suzanne. I'm just finishing up here myself. All right. So what is the card, guys, that we need to hear? Or Mother Mary, not Mother Mary, yeah, Mother Mary too. Mother Earth. All right. Oh, I'm so happy for you, Suzanne. And when things are meant, guys, and when we allow them, they happen like that in an instant. And today's card is this. It's a little, I'm not quite sure what it is, if it's a plant, it almost, you know what it looks like, guys? Fruit leather. I don't know if you guys are familiar with fruit leather, dried fruit in the shape of a heart. That's almost what it looks like. It's red, so it represents to me following the passion, staying true to your passion. And because it looks almost like a rubbery texture, guys, you joined us at 12.12 minutes in, or 12:12. That's so awesome. All right, guys. It's all red. I don't know if you guys can see that with this lighting, and because it does look kind of rubbery, it's telling us to remain flexible and following our hearts, guys, and that passion within us to maintain some flexibility, because the human mind might want to keep it kind of rigid and keep the plan, keep the format kind of structured. And this is just letting us know sometimes we gotta just go with the flow. Things aren't always going to make sense and be structured, but they're always going to work out when you follow the heart. And the heart representing the red, passion, and then passion representing the red, but also kind of that sacral creative energy, orangish red, the root, grounding our passions, grounding the passions of the heart into earth through our creative endeavors, and reminding us to remain flexible, because this little heart, it almost looks like rubbery, like it has to remain flexible. And I believe it's on the ocean, it's on the sand. And the message actually says feel. And it says when you focus on the feeling and not the achieving, then achieving comes naturally and effortlessly. Following the path of your excitement and passion orchestrates the universe to synchronize the timing of events to your advantage. And this sounds exactly like what Suzanne is going through. The universe is orchestrating the events to line up for her. She had the passion to go and get out into the country and to grow her own food. And it's following through the timing. It's falling into place just by tuning in, remembering that passion, feel what it feels like to have it already, and the universe can orchestrate that, because the universe operates from what you feel and what you believe, not what you say if you don't have any feeling behind it. Like affirmations, you can say all the affirmations you want, but if there's no feeling and it's just kind of robotic and mechanical, like saying, I am wealthy, I am wealthy, I am wealthy, but you don't really believe it and you're not feeling into the words, into the vibration of what that really means, then the universe really isn't going to act out. But if you are feeling it, you feel the countryside, you feel yourself growing those vegetables, you feel the city in the distance. When you feel into that abundance of whatever those heart desires are and passion, that is the fuel for the world, for the universe to sync everything up in the perfect timing for you. And it's saying to just remain flexible. This little thing is like rubbery. Remain flexible. Don't think it has to turn out like the human mind wants it to. Remain flexible, but stay in the feeling, it's telling you. And things will take on miraculous events. Like things will seem like they happen out of nowhere when it is totally lined up. And when they happen out of nowhere, it's because you have felt into that feeling and that reality as if you were living it, and then it can't help but to project and manifest into the physical 3D world. So very, very beautiful. But today's message, like always, it's always to do with the heart, tuning into the heart, following the heart. But it's telling you to remain flexible in that. Not everything will be perfectly lined up like the mind wants to figure out sometimes, like the brain wants. In true obedience, like it said in this paragraph, true obedience is continuing on your path, allowing the energies coming in, be like a screen, let them flow through you, feel them, process them, but don't let them stand in the way of continuing on your path with flexibility, of course, guys. Remain flexible and feel into that. Feel into those feelings and desires of the heart. Feel into your own energy, guys. Feel into this. As you feel into this and feel and imagine and feel and just tune in and feel every little molecule, cell in your body vibrating with the light that it is, that is enough. That is enough to manifest and bring into sync and have the universe orchestrate what is in your heart. Because sometimes we don't really know exactly what it is we want. But if you stay tuned to and focus and feel into those high vibrations, it will automatically manifest, because the world, the universe is within you, and your heart knows. Even if the human mind doesn't always know, you will manifest the most fulfilling manifestations. You will create them as you go, just tuning in and feeling into your own energy. Because if you're God source energy and you're tuning into that, if you don't know exactly what you're tuning into, and when you just tune into your light, that is a high frequency, and that will guide you, that will serve you without you having to know the answers. All right, guys, so I just wanted to share that. I wanted to get back on track. Again, I hope you guys all have a beautiful, beautiful day. Hope you had a beautiful weekend. And stay true to you guys, and try to create your own thing that helps you to connect. Stay your what is it? I can't even think of the word right now. Not ceremony, but you know, your routine that connects you. Whether it be go for a walk every day, whether it be to meditate, connect to your energy, guys. Oops, and the little sun went behind the cloud. But that's okay, because the sun is still there, just like our God source energy is there. Our love, our light is always within us, even when we don't feel it all the times, even when the clouds do float by, even when the human mind can't comprehend what the hell we're supposed to do and which way to go. Just breathe in and settle in and connect to the energy that you guys are. And may you shine with the entirety of all the light that you are.